Hello and welcome back to the Texas Rangers franchise here at MLB 23, the show. Last episode, we ended the month of May at 42-15, an absolutely amazing start. This episode will be the entire month of June, and we will start in Houston. You can see in the offensive categories, we are right behind them in quite a bit of stats. But we will start here in the bottom of the ninth with 2 outs already. Semien on first and Seager at the plate. Against the Astros closer, I assume, Ryan Pressly. It's either him or Devin Williams. And now that I think about it, I actually think their closer is Devin Williams, considering how many times we've come back on Devin Williams against the Astros this season and a little bit of last season. Corey Seager, 1 for 3 on the day, still putting up great numbers. The main focus for individual players is definitely Marcus Semien and Joey Gallo. Semien definitely won't be going anywhere anytime soon as he signed a pretty long contract. But Joey Gallo, this month is his make or break month. I would love for him to get really hot and be able to be our full-time first baseman for at least the rest of the season. But the way this season's going, I'm ready to go all in. I think we can win a World Series this year. So if we have to unload the farm, maybe not the whole farm, because I do plan on doing a few more seasons of this franchise. But if we can unload some of the farm to add either a huge bat or another arm, and I think that improves our World Series chances, I'm definitely going to do it. As the 2-2 to Seager is laced, but it's going to be way foul. That lady tried to catch it through the net. So now the 2-2 from Pressly. He kicks and deals, and that's going to be flied into right field. Tucker will have plenty of room to get under it, and we are going to extras again. We will rejoin this game pretty late here, as this game went on way longer than I expected. We're all the way in the 12th inning now, with Brock Burke on the hill and Corey Lee at the plate. But my plans for next episode are actually going to be a little more involved. We'll have the draft, the All-Star weekend, and we're going to do some minor league stuff as well. Get a look at our prospects and see how they're doing, because that ball's crushed, but it's going to hook foul. That could have been a home run if it stays straight. But next episode will definitely be a little more involved. This is just June, though. That's going to be a base hit, and the Astros are going to take a lead here in the 12th. After being stuck at 2-2, the Astros finally break the tie. Now Joe Perez for the Astros will come up, still facing Brock Burke. Perez 0 for 4. Can't say much about Perez, not sure who that is, but that's a strike. In for strike 2. The Astros still not too far behind the Rangers in the standings, even though the Rangers are off to this historical start. The 0-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Joe Perez goes down and add another strikeout to the tally for Brock Burke. And that'll bring up the dangerous Kyle Tucker, one of the rare people in MLB that don't wear batting gloves. I think that's pretty cool, as he takes low ball 1. Kyle Tucker with the 99 contact against lefties is something to be scared of if you're Brock Burke. And Brock Burke will come with the 1-2. And swing and a miss, strike 3, and the Rangers will have 3 outs to get a runner to score from second. And the Astros' real closer, Devin Williams, will come out to try to shut the door here on the Rangers. Marcus Semien with his first crack at it. Will fly out into right field. Tucker coming in. Probably not deep enough. They're going to try it. Here's the throw in. He's in there, safe at third. The tying run only 90 feet away now. That'll bring up probably the best shortstop in baseball in Corey Seager. Bubba Thompson on third. He fouls off a fastball inside for strike 1. Now Williams with a nasty screwball to get Seager swinging. Seth Martinez in the Astros bullpen. And Seager quickly down 0-2. And a swing and a miss. Another screwball strike 3 on Corey Seager. The Rangers down to their final out. And it will be right fielder Adolis Garcia. The tying run only 90 feet away. Williams. It's a slow dribbler on the shortstop. Pena's going to need a strong throw. And he gets it there. The Astros hold on to win. The Astros would love to have continued success against the Rangers to catch them in the standings. And tonight they did just that. You'll continue to sim here in the month of June as a 4-game series against Tampa. And we do win 3 of 4. And now we will hop into this game against the Chicago White Sox, having another unfortunate season. But John Gray pitching lights out, only 2 hits allowed. So we will join it in the bottom half of the 9th. 104 pitches in for John Gray. And if it wasn't for a complete game shutout, he probably would be pulled if I was managing this game. But since it's the computer he's still in, that's a lot of pitches, especially in a 1-run ball game. We'd definitely be giving the ball to Craig Kimbrell. But we'll try to get John Gray a complete game. As that is taken for ball 1. Tony Kemp on the White Sox. Pitch 107 now. Is hit on the ground to Semien. Should be an easy play on over to first in plenty of time. And there's 1 out here in the bottom half of the 9th. And that'll bring up Eloy Jimenez, who's 0 for 3 today. One of the best hitters in the league at one point. Looking to try to get back to that spot. He's a guy that kind of got hurt early in his career too, unfortunately. His splits are kind of insane. Obviously hits one side better than the other. And the 0-1 to Eloy is ripped, but it's foul. They're shifted over because Gallo was right on the line. And the 0-2 to Eloy. He thought about swinging, but he holds up. So we'll try the 1-2. And another huge rip, but another foul ball, thankfully. Like I said, in a 1-run game, I definitely would not have John Gray out here. But that's a little dribbler back to John Gray. Throw to first in plenty of time. And that'll bring up Luis Robert as the final hope for the Chicago White Sox. Robert only hitting .259, still a young player. And he'll take strike 1 to start his at-bat in the 9th. John Gray delivers the 0-1, and that is fouled back. The White Sox down to their final strike now. Swing and a miss, strike 3. John Gray completes the complete game shutout, and the Rangers win 1-0. A masterful performance from Gray. Only giving up the 2 hits and striking out 7. Back here on the calendar to continue simming through the month. As we lose to Chicago. And Luis Severino is going to be out 1 to 2 months. And I could only think of one guy in our minor league system that I thought was ready at the beginning of the year. But he's ready now. It's going to be the major league debut of Jack Leiter. His first start will be at home, and it will be against a pretty good Chicago Cubs roster. As you see him taking the field there, Jack Leiter was the 2nd overall pick in the 2021 MLB draft. He made 13 starts in AAA this year, 77 innings, a 2.69 ERA, and struck out 74 batters. Only 23 years old, so he does have room to improve, and he has a high potential. So I'm excited for him to get a start here. I don't know if he's going to be up the whole season. We'll see how it goes. Severino being out 1 to 2 months is going to be unfortunate, but the silver lining is we do get to see Jack Leiter here in the big leagues. And his first pitch is to Nico Horner. And Nico with a little flare into right field, and it'll get down for a base hit. So the first pitch he throws is a base hit, unfortunately. It wasn't hit hard, though. And now 0-1 count on Dansby Swanson, the Cubs shortstop. That one's lined into right field, another base hit. 3 pitches into his debut, and he's given up 2 hits already. Not the ideal start you want, but now he has Ian Happ in a 1-1 count, and that's on the ground to Gallo. Gallo to Seager. Back to Gallo, a double play. Beautiful pitching from Jack Leiter, and that's exactly what you want. A great play from Gallo to be able to snare it down the line, flip his hips, and a beautiful throw to Seager, and Seager a beautiful throw right back. Just an all-around great turn. Now Jack Leiter with the opportunity to work out of this inning without giving up a single run. Leiter has a 2-2 count on Patrick Wisdom now. And a swing and a miss. His first career strikeout on a nasty slider. Congratulations to Jack Leiter. Jumping into the second inning, it's C.J. Cron for the Cubs. Taking on Leiter, and that should be an easy play, but Corey Seager boots it. Corey Seager couldn't handle it cleanly, and it'll go into the scorebook as a base hit. I'm not sure I agree with that one. But now he has Suzuki in a 1-2 count, and it's called strike 3, his second strikeout. A beautifully framed pitch by Jonah Heim. That'll bring up Kyle Lewis, who's trying to resurrect his career on the Cubs. And that ball is slicing down the line. It's fair. That's going to be extra bases for Lewis. They're going to hold the runner at third, but the Cubs have 2 on and 1 out. Leiter has worked a 2-2 count to Mancini. And that's popped in the air, center field. And Tavares can't get to it. 1 run is in. They hold the second runner. Looked like an easy play for Tavares, but he must have misjudged it as it falls into very shallow center field. None of these hits, except for the Kyle Lewis double, as there's another strikeout for Jack Leiter of Victor Carantini. None of these hits have been particularly hard. They just fallen in the right places. Now Nico Horner up with runners on the corners. He has 17 doubles this season. As that one's popped up, Simeon looks like he can get to that one, and he does. Leiter gives up 1 run here in the second. We join the game back at the top of the 4th. The Rangers have taken a 2-1 lead. That ball smoked past Gallo at first. Suzuki will hold up at second. The Cubs have runners at second and first with nobody out. There's a 1-2 count on Trey Mancini. And he'll poke it right back up the middle. Tavares will come up throwing. Suzuki being waved home. The throw is offline. And the Cubs tie it here in the 4th. And now still 2 on, nobody out with Victor Carantini back up. And he'll slice that to Young, to Simeon, to Gallo. Another double play. The second double play for the Cubs. And now there's only a man at third. Similar situation to the first inning. Unfortunately, the run already scored this inning. But there are 2 out for Jack Leiter. And that ball's hit to Seager. He fields this one, and his throw on to first is in plenty of time. So we are done here in the middle of the 4th. Now in the top of the 6th, a 2-2 count on Sia Suzuki. He fouls the ball straight back. Jack Leiter really settled in these last 2 innings and trying to continue it here in the top of the 6th. As that's going to be hit right back to him. An easy throw to first, and that's out number 1. That slider has really been working for Jack Leiter here today. Something they have been working on while he's been in AAA. And a 1-2 pitch to Kyle Lewis. Kyle Lewis checks his swing, doesn't go around. So a 2-2 now. 91 pitches for Jack Leiter. And another pitch fouled straight back. You got to assume the day is almost done for Jack Leiter. His first start, you don't want him to pitch too long. And a 2-2 count. Another sliced double. Kyle Lewis, his 3rd hit on that side of the field today. And that will do it for Jack Leiter's debut here. He went 5 1/3, gave up 11 hits, which is a little concerning. But he did strike out 7. And that will jump into the same game in the bottom half of the 9th. As the Cubs have a 1-run lead And Marcus Semien at the plate as he swings over top of a slider. Semien is 1 for 3 today. Getting back on track after that hot April and the really cold May. He's been very streaky this season as he takes a great pitch for ball number 1. The Rangers would love more late inning heroics, as that's not going to get it done. An ugly swing at a slider way out of the zone. Camilo Doval, known for his nasty slider. He'll kick and deal with the 1-2. That's fouled straight back. We'll try the 1-2 once again. And that's another ugly swing at the slider. You know it's a nasty pitch when you make someone like Marcus Semien look that silly. So it'll bring up Corey Seager now. Corey Seager, one of the more consistent players in the clutch, but he'll pop it straight back behind the mound. Swanson camps under it, and there are 2 outs here in the 9th. That'll bring up the designated hitter Nathaniel Lowe, who's hitting .307 this season and is 2 for 4 tonight. And swinging, it's belted! Deep right field! If it stays fair, it's tied! And it's fair! Nathaniel Lowe with a tying home run in the bottom of the 9th with 2 outs. And it was an absolute moonshot. 431 feet for his 12th home run on the season. Nathaniel Lowe comes up in the clutch for the Texas Rangers. Now with one swing of the bat, Adolis Garcia can end this game. And it's a little dribbler on to Dansby Swanson. Swanson's throw to first is in plenty of time. And guess what? In the Rangers franchise, we have more extra innings. The Rangers bullpen got the job done. We are in the bottom of the 10th, still tied at 6. Still Camilo Doval on the hill as Josh Young rips at a slider, I believe. But it does hook foul. He was very early on that slider. Adolis Garcia at second base. He is the winning run. Josh Young, another big rip at the slider. He was even earlier that time. So he's quickly in an 0-2 hole. Josh Young has been pretty consistent this season. You'd like to see that average climb a little bit. But he's been pretty solid as he fouls off a cutter at an even 100 miles an hour. To stay alive here, still 0-2. And the pitch from Doval. It's hit down the line. Gets past Wisdom. They're going to wave Garcia in. The throw. Not going to be nearly in time. And the Rangers win. This team loves the late game dramatics. Nathaniel Lowe in the 9th. Josh Young in the 10th. They just always find a way to get the job done. As the team posing around Josh Young. And there's former Ranger Mitch Garver, who can't believe it. But a beautiful hit down the line. Garcia had plenty of speed to round the bases. Just a beautiful team win here for the Texas Rangers. Jack Leiter got a no decision, but he pitched pretty well for it being his first time. And Aroldis Chapman did suffer a minor injury, but he'll be back pretty soon. Nathaniel Lowe has a 14-game hitting streak that will sim through. And at the end of the month, we have 60 wins in the season. Our closest competition in the division is the Astros, and they are 9 games back. As you see, Semien has turned his season around. Seager performing at a high level. Nathaniel Lowe, awesome season. Now Garcia adding the home runs to his high average. Josh Young still 13 home runs. Jonah Heim, 278. Having a good season. And Joey Gallo has turned it around a little bit. 15 home runs is more than I thought. And he's hitting 223. It's not great, but his OPS is in the 800s. So I think that's something I could work with while he plays first base. Our rotation looks great. 2.65 ERA for DeGrom. Eovaldi getting his down. Kershaw still at 280. John Gray in the low threes, and Jack Leiter through his first 3 starts, 2.79 ERA, and Craig Kimbrell is still the dominant closer that we love. So that'll be it for this episode. Next episode, like I mentioned, will be a little different, but I hope to see you there. Peace.